Today we are going to be talking about how to stay focused to achieve more in your wellness business. So if you're just coming in, let me know that you're here, that you are on live, and let me know what is your biggest distraction or your interruptions. What is your biggest challenge when it comes from not being focused on growing your business? What is your biggest hurdle that you feel like you need to overcome? And I'm just going to go into our Facebook group because there was a lot of people that were putting some really great things in here. So Candace is saying like her biggest distraction is learning more. And Candace, I think so many health coaches have this issue. We are lifelong learners, most of us, including myself. And so when I sign up for something, I have to make sure that it is included, that it will help me with one of my 4 buckets. And so if you're just tuning in, hello, we're talking about how to stay focused to achieve more in your wellness business, and I'm so happy you are here. So post in the comments your biggest distractions. So hello, I'm so happy to see you here. So Candace was saying one of her distractions is that she always has all these learning opportunities. And just come into the comments and say a big yes if that is you, because I think that's probably 99% of health coaches today. We are multi-passionate people, which is a really good thing, but it also is hard because we have to stay in our lane to actually grow our business, right? So if I spent all my time taking all the courses that I wanted, like hormones and different things like that, I wouldn't actually be able to grow my business, right? So I have 4 buckets in my business, and so that is giving wellness workshops, and then I do one-on-one health coaching, and I do health group coaching, like detox programs, different things like that. And then the 4th one is Workshops Done Academy, where I'm a business coach to health coaches to grow their business. So if it does not pertain to one of those 4 buckets, I am not going to take it, because I need to only put my time. We only have 168 hours in a week. We have about 40 hours maybe that we work a week. We have this precious time. And so for me, I've been obsessed with productivity since I was like my late teens. So when I went to college, my degree is in psychology, and my emphasis was industrial psychology. So I've always been curious about what motivates people to work harder, to work towards their goals, what doesn't motivate them, different things like that. And so I'm always about working smarter and not harder, and working less but achieving more, right? And so that's what I teach in Workshops Done Academy is like, okay, a smart business is you create a product, right? A workshop, or you buy a done for you one, but then you sell it over and over and over again. Then you repurpose it as a group coaching. Then you repurpose it, as Facebook Lives, different things like that. So you are not recreating the wheel all the time. So you need to think about what's going to actually help you grow your business and then stay focused on that. So Diane says motivation and not knowing where to start. Yeah, so the main thing is when you don't know where to start, yeah, a done for you program is definitely something that would be key. And to stick to, like for me with the Workshops Done Academy, we have the immersion program that's every single week, which Diane is a part of that. So hopefully, Diane, you can be in the next group that's in February. I give lifetime access, so you can come in as many times as you like, because sometimes life gets in the way. But we also have to realize we are the only ones responsible for our growth. We are 100% responsible, and we can either design our day to create producing big things, or we can design it or not design it, right? So I always think we have 2 choices. One, we can stay the way we are, where we think everything is urgent, but we don't really have a plan, or we can make a choice to make a plan. And I always hear about, like, if you don't plan your day, the day is going to run you, right? We know that when we plan our food, when we plan our exercise, it's easier to do when we plan it the day before or the week before, right? When we plan our meals, it's the same thing with business. So I'm just going to read a few more things. Yeah, Christine's saying, yes, me too, lifelong learner. Sandy's saying, yeah, definitely lifelong learner, and it is distracting. Yeah, and so how does it feel if you sign up for a program and then you don't finish it, right? It doesn't feel good. And so that's why with the Workshops and Academy, I really have this like huge immersion program where we meet every week for 9 weeks to help everyone stay motivated, and it's just so much more fun to do that. Diane saying, do you use a checklist for planning? So I have a couple different ways, but the thing is that I keep going back to over and over again is old school. So one, I make my annual plan. So if you haven't, let me just put the link in here. If you haven't done the free masterclass to do your 2021 plan, go ahead and do that so you know what are going to be your buckets. So again, I have 4 buckets: one-on-one health coaching, group coaching, wellness workshops, and then workshops and academy. So if it does not fit in those 4, it's not going to be in my annual plan. Then it's broken down to quarterly. Okay, what are my big things that I want to do? And then weekly. So, okay, let me just see. This is so messy, you guys. But this is like my week, okay? So these are all the things that I need to get done this week. And you can see, like, I have some things up at the top that I still need to do. This is like my, for today. So every day, the night before, I create one of these. So I am the master of my time. I'm in control of my time. Now, it doesn't always go that way, exactly. But, this morning, I said, stretching for 15 minutes. I meditated. I showered. I also like to keep track of my water because you probably all know it's the easiest thing, it's the hardest thing to do. So I love checklists, Diane. Do you let me know if you guys like checklists or not. But then I knew I had a chunk this morning before I practiced yoga. And then I practiced yoga with a bunch of friends. We all get online together. So I set that up. So I got almost everything done this morning. I have one thing not checked. What happened then is today, my Facebook coach, I was with a coach to do Facebook ads. It was supposed to be an hour, and it was 2.5 hours. So we just got off, just like 5 minutes ago. So sometimes you have to like readjust and go, okay, what can I do? But luckily I had like this major productive morning, so I feel good about what I got done, and only one thing didn't get crossed off. So this way I know, like this morning I had 7:30 wake up, and I was like, gosh, I have a lot to do. And so I actually woke up on my own a lot earlier than that. So then I can start the day and get more things done. So Diane saying, I love checklists. Christine loves checklists. Yeah, I want to hear from you guys. Like, what is your go-to strategy? Like, what is your way to actually achieve results? So often we are like, okay, we're doing things like, there's so much in the world of wellness, right, for us to learn. But I always think to myself, okay, if I could go grab a book and I can learn that. I haven't. So that means that it's not actually that important. And how is that going to help me grow my business, to find more clients, and to spread my word and to work with people individually or as a group, right? So it always comes down to that bottom line of how is this going to help me to achieve more, but how is it also going to help me to do less? So working as a health coach, there's only so much time we can do one-on-one, right? So I don't like spending any time selling. So that's why when I give workshops, they just naturally sell themselves, and people then will ask you to health coach them if you resonate with them you have the great, the niche, and you're giving a workshop on something that really is solving a problem to you, a workshop that is done right, that they can see themselves solving that problem. And so that alleviates a lot of time just so that you have this flow of coaching clients. But also we need to do group programs. We need to do things like workshops and group coaching, because if it's only one-on-one, there is only so much time in the day. And for me, I know I get a little overwhelmed when I have too many clients. So I have to limit the number of clients that I take as well. But yeah, so let me know what is your go-to strategy and how is it working for you? Do you have any complaints? Hi, Jody. Nice to see you. Yeah, there's a lot of people on here right now, so please come in and let me know. Another thing a lot of times we talk about, and Jody mentioned this earlier in our Facebook event page, that we seem to always have something urgent. We have something that's really important. And so I like to schedule blocks of time on my calendar, and I try to batch as much as I can. So like for this morning, I put down all the emails that I needed in one order because I'm going to put all my emails together. Every time we switch from one activity to another, it takes so much bandwidth out of our brain that as much as we can do, okay, we're doing all social media for the next 3 hours and you get it done for the month, right? And then you don't have to think about it. I'm going to write my emails. I'm going to be working on, perfecting this workshop, writing it up, getting the handouts done. Like that's your project maybe for the month, that you just have a goal for the month, for the week, and then for the day, and you break it down. And that way you're actually going to see the results. But when we don't have a plan and we just think about, oh, it's so important, I have to clean the house. Well, is that truly going to make a difference 5 years from now? Or is it going to make a difference if you focus on, a workshop that you're on, and then you sell it, and you go out there and you do, one workshop a week? That's almost a little over $20,000 in extra income, and there's a lot of things that can make a difference. So we have to prioritize our time and think about where do we want to spend our time. So that's why I love doing this. Also, we get more distractions, like with technology. There is just every single year it gets worse, right? We have so much more that interrupts our day, that distracts us from what we're doing. That is their job, by Facebook posts, by emails, by different videos, different things like that, right? So we also have to be a little bit of a rule follower, and that is not me. To go, oh, I really want to watch this cute video, but no, that's not what this time is for. And so I'll dedicate time for me just to be on Facebook without any agenda. And then, but it's like, okay, it's 15 minutes and then I'm done. I'm not going to spend any more. So I like to use on my phone different apps, and I always mispronounce it. It means tomato in Spanish, Pomodoro, the Pomodoro app. And so you can set a timer for 25 minutes for a project. So what I do is, that means you do not do anything else. So you do not, if your phone, if a text message comes through, you don't even look at it. If something comes in through your Facebook Messenger, you don't look at it. You don't look at your emails. You just work on that project, and that is the only thing that you do during that 25 minutes. And then you take a 5-minute break, you dance around, you have some fun, and then you go back to your next 25 minutes. So, it's a nice way because we do get distracted. There's so many different notifications. Hi, Kathy, I'm so glad you're here. So let me know, what else you have as issues. I'm just going to go back to our Facebook group to see what else. Oh yeah, Christine said, my biggest distraction is my crazy brain, working on high speed, thinking about the next thing I should do or learn instead of focusing on one thing at a time. I have so much I want to accomplish, and I want to accomplish it all now. Yes, I hear you 100%, and I could have written exactly that, Christine. And so when we are so curious. As health coaches, we are curious. We want to learn everything. So it's more important than ever for us to say, where am I going to make a difference? And if it's workshops, is it, whatever it is, if you're going to do a podcast, however it is, stick to one thing. Stick to it and just master it. Once you've mastered it, then go to your next thing. But instead of having all these different things that you might be doing at once, go, okay, where does my intuition tell me that I should be? What should I discover? And stick to that one thing. Again, I like to really have actually things on the calendar. So for Workshops Done Academy, I have them actually say, okay, where are you going to be doing the extra work, and what are the times you're going to do it? They meet as accountability pod. We meet weekly also for 9 weeks as a group. So it's like accountability on top of accountability on top of accountability. But it also comes down to you doing the work and investing in yourself, investing in your business. But also, this is our role. Our role is to empower other people, to inspire, to motivate. And so we have to do some things that are uncomfortable. So that means that focusing, that means bringing it all in. So for me to like truly scale my business, I'm like, there wasn't a way to clone me or anything like that. But so I have some virtual assistants, and if you haven't seen the Facebook Live on virtual assistants, it was 2 weeks ago. Please go in and look at that. It's under the units tab in this Facebook group, all the recordings. But it's important for us to grow. And if we are not making money in our business, it's not a viable business, and we need to change something up, right? If we do the same thing over and over again, nothing is going to change. So, oh yeah, Jody just said on here, I love that quote that you shared in the event description. I realize I just need to put time to work on my business on my calendar, and if something comes up, it gets moved, but not deleted. Yes, absolutely. And really, we try to not have anything come up. So if you have working on workshops from 2 to 4, and then someone says, hey, do you want to go for a walk at 3:30? No, but I can go at 4 o'clock, right? We have to be that security guard around our time. And I know, and if anybody else has done the Enneagram, I am a number 7, which is the enthusiast. So we love to go from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, and we thrive on that. So if I can do this and be focused, I know it is absolutely something that anyone can do, and I love teaching it as well. So if we don't make a plan, what I see and what I've experienced myself, because obviously I've had days where I haven't done this, and what happens? You go back to what's familiar. You go back to what you've always been doing, and that's not always the best way of doing things, that maybe you aren't having that structure in the day. So I want to hear in the comments, what are your work hours? For me, I work from 9 to 5, but I also take at least 30 minutes for yoga every day. Every other day it's an hour. I take a half hour, 20 minutes to a half hour for lunch, which I always batch cook. So like last night I made a big thing of Indian curry. So that's what we're going to be eating for lunch for the rest of the week. And then, going from there and seeing, some, like if the weather's nice, like today I put in a walk. So my goal is about 6.5 hours of work a day.